Hello and welcome to this video. First I would like to thank you for the nice comments under my last video. I will stick to commentary for now. Now let's go to the actual project of this video. Since Christmas is just around the corner, I thought we'd make a snowflake, hoping that this year you will have a white Christmas. As you can see, I've used isometric paper again as a guide. This helps me to achieve symmetry and accuracy most easily. This time we will be using Koto veneer as a background for the snowflake. For the snowflake itself, I'm using this beautiful blue veneer. This is actual birch veneer, which I dyed myself. It wasn't that easy, as the veneer had to be completely dyed too, so that the color would remain after sanding. If you're interested in this, I might make a separate video about it. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Before we start cutting everything, we first need to think about how we want to divide the snowflake, since we won't be cutting the entire snowflake from one piece. To make it clearer, I prepared something here. If you look at the segments of the snowflake, there are several ways we can divide it. For example, these three options: segment as one whole piece, diamond as a separate piece, or this variant. Of course, there are other possibilities as well. Here you can see the division I have chosen. Thought this might change while cutting. Since we have many small and sharp angles here, I am also applying wood glue to the veneer. This helps prevent the veneer from breaking easily and allows me to achieve more precise results. For cutting, I am using the lines of the isometric paper as a guide. As you can see, I have only roughly traced the shape. This way I can use the paper's lines to cut the pieces precisely without having to measure a lot. You can see the cutout pieces. I can tell you that was really tricky. Next time I would make the snowflake bigger. To place the cutout pieces into the background, I am using the isometric paper again. I've also applied wood glue to the veneer again, to prevent the sharp corners from breaking. Here you can see the rough sketch of the snowflake, which I just need to cut out now. Here you can see the partially cut out background. I'm doing the snowflake in stages to prevent the gaps from shifting and to maintain symmetry. Now we can simply place the blue snowflake pieces into the background. If you've cut out everything precisely and accurately, this should be quite easy. To prevent the pieces from shifting, while continuing to cut, I'm applying wood glue to the finished part. Here you can see the finished part. Now we just need to repeat this a few more times and the snowflake will be finished. I will now show the progress as photos. Here you can see the finished snowflake. Originally, I wanted to leave the snowflake as it is, but the more I think about it, the more I like the idea of building a frame around the snowflake. I tried out different options, but finally decided on this. A small blue stripe and the main border made from Koto veneer again. This will make the final piece a hexagon. Cutting it with the table saw might get tricky, but we will see when the time comes. For the frame, we first need to cut out the snowflake. For this I am using the isometric paper again as a guide. Now we can attach the small blue strip. The strips are left slightly longer so they overlap, allowing the corners to be cut precisely in a single cut. We will do the same with the outer frame made of Kodo veneer. Here you can see the finished piece. The outer frame is still too large and will be trimmed to its final size after pressing, using the table saw. To press the veneer onto the base plate, we first need to apply veneer tape to the front. This is done with water. The advantage of veneer tape is that it can easily be removed with water after pressing. Other types of tape would form a bond too strong with the wood during pressing, making the tape removable only by damaging the veneer. Now that the front is finished, we can remove the masking tape from the back. Now everything is ready for pressing. During pressing, the veneer is pressed with wood glue onto a base plate. However, it is important to make sure that not too much wood glue is used. The back is also pressed with Kodo veneer directly. I always let everything dry overnight. Here you can see the piece after pressing. Now we can remove the veneer tape. Water is used for this as well. Here you can see the piece without the veneer tape. It doesn't look great right now, but after sanding and painting it would look really good. Now it will be cut accurately with the table saw, and the outer edges will be veneered. Here you can see the finished piece after sanding and applying 2 layers of clear coat. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Cutting the hexagon was surprisingly easy, and the corners lined up perfectly with the edge of the frame veneer. The only thing that bothers me is that I sanded a bit too much. As a result, you can see the base plate in a few small spots. It still annoys me. I guess my mind was elsewhere while sanding, but well, the snowflake still looks really good. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss any future videos. See you next time.